can see here our product. We developed the brand. It's name Plastrex. It started from one day, one meeting, one just beautiful day. 100% we use secondary material. Up to 70% we can add in our mix plastic from landfill side. Very easily you can drill it, you can nail it, you can saw it. It's very easy. And you can use equipment for the wood. It's the wood saw and nails and screws, and it's much cheaper to produce a virgin plastic. It's much cheaper. It's 10-20 times cheaper. If we need to buy some virgin plastic granules, for example polyethylene granules, we have to pay 1,500 euros per ton. We are selling that material 1,100 euros per ton. That's a big difference. That raw material cost 1,500. We are selling end product 1,100. Our main clients are in horse business. It means that that is our main product at the moment, and with a different thickness. And the buyers are the companies or people from the horse business. It means it's coming for the horse stable. And it's theoretically it's endless market, because in Europe we have as we know, it's 6-7 million horses, and now every horse needs 50 meters of this plank, and 90% of the planks are wood today, but they are going to change it. And we believe and we see that it's a very big market. And of course, it's the second product. It's a quite new product. It's for a terrace. And also, our argument is that it lasts longer. Of course, in future, we believe that we can provide that full solution to the other countries.
When we made tests, then it came that the quality for cement industry was not exactly as we wish, and we thought to adjust a little bit this quality by reprocessing material and drying it and washing it. And this was very successful, but it was a little bit too successful, because the quality of the waste fuels, which is actually plastic flakes, was too good. So I don't dare to give it anymore to cement industry. I want to go up with the waste hierarchy, and I want to get a product. But since I am from the university, I don't produce anything. I want it, so it was a time to hunt for colleagues. And since we know that we have such an industry in Estonia, then we thought, why not try? So we contacted them. We showed our plastic flakes, and the first emotion was that, why not? Maybe it makes sense. This company is particularly good because they don't say no first. Many people say no. If you go to administration or authorities, very many of them, they say no because already my father said no. You should say, let's try. And this company said, let's try. And they told us how much they need to play with this plastic. And then we called you to come and help us a little bit with sorting. We sorted out a certain amount of waste and waste plastic, dirty plastic from the landfill. And they had a look. And they said that probably it works. We made on-site very little washing experiment, and it was so easy to upgrade the quality higher. Some may say that now we make water dirty, and that's bad. But if we take care of this washing water and we clean it up again, then it is okay. So we will pack this heap of plastic what you were producing, and we will send it to them. And we hope that in the end you will get this kind of a product. And if this happens, then I have already promised you, and I want to keep my word that you will get a little piece as a souvenir. And then you can tell everybody who says that it is not possible, you put this on a table and say, actually, we did it. We had a nice group here in Estonia, we had fun in a nice and smelly environment, and we produced material, and we believe that this is the future. So that we will not waste in a landfill, but we will discover a little bit better and more efficient technology for sorting, but it must be this product, not just energy. So we are very lucky that we have companies here who don't say no, but they say, let's try.
Meu nome é Fabio, tá? Eu sou brasileiro. Eu sou engenheiro sanitarista formado no Brasil, na Universidade Estadual do Rio de Janeiro. E eu fiz meu mestrado em engenharia sanitária também. E eu fiz meu doutorado, eu sou doutor em tecnologias ambientais. E eu estou há 7 anos morando na Suécia. Né? Eu tenho trabalhado com gerenciamento integrado de águas residuárias em indústrias, né? Principalmente indústrias de madeira. E nós trabalhamos com alguns projetos também de gerenciamento de resíduos sólidos. Nós temos projetos em cooperação com vários países aqui na região do Mar Báltico, tá? E um dos países que nós temos cooperação seria a Estônia. Nós estamos na Estônia, que já é a segunda vez que nós viemos para essa cidade que se chama Kuressaare. É uma cidade na ilha de Saaremaa. E a principal ideia desse projeto é tentar recuperar, tentar transformar resíduos, né, nesse caso resíduos sólidos, em material de valor, né, como matéria-prima para diversos processos. O nome do projeto em inglês é Landfill Mining, né? Na verdade nós temos quase como considerando o aterro sanitário como uma mina de recursos, né? E a ideia principal é você tentar, na verdade, escavar um aterro sanitário e tentar recuperar o máximo possível. Nesse caso aqui na Estônia nós estamos recuperando, nós estamos com um processo de recuperação de plásticos. Eles têm geração de energia através de incineração de plástico, e existem indústrias também que são interessadas em obtenção de plástico, porque eles constroem materiais de construção, né, de plástico recuperado de aterro sanitário. Eu acho que esse projeto é um exemplo. Eu acho que no Brasil nós temos uma capacidade enorme, né, de geração de resíduo e aterros sanitários de grande porte, ou seja, aqui são aterros sanitários pequenos, de pequeno porte, cidades de 10, 15 mil pessoas. Então, esse processo de recuperação de materiais tipo metais, plástico, diversos tipos de materiais como matéria-prima para outros processos, né, o Brasil esse é um grande exemplo do Brasil, porque nós temos aterros sanitários de São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, cidades grandes como Recife, enfim. Eu acho que é hora do Brasil começar talvez a pensar um pouco nesse processo de gerenciamento um pouco mais integrado de resíduos sólidos e recuperação ao máximo, né, de diferentes materiais, metais ou outros tipos de material. E não só resíduos sólidos, nós estamos trabalhando com águas de reuso também. Aqui, processo de reuso de águas residuárias é bem difundido, e existem algumas indústrias que você tem quase como um recírculo ou um reuso de água quase que 70%, 60%, 70%. Ou seja, tem muita coisa que o Brasil tem como exemplo, tirar como exemplo aqui na Europa, esses projetos de pequeno porte. Então essa é uma mensagem que eu estou querendo passar, é breve, e espero que em alguns anos o Brasil também seja um exemplo de landfill mining, de recuperação de materiais de diversos tipos, de aterro sanitário, águas residuárias, enfim. Essa é a mensagem principal.
The very special thing what we have is that we are very small. So we have no resources, not this much resources as many other countries, so we dare not waste anymore. We have always tried to implement integrated waste management as it's done elsewhere in Europe. So we recognize that incineration is better than disposal, and resource recovery, material recovery is better than incineration. Over the last 15 years, we have closed down more than 300 small landfills, and right now we have 5 landfills. We have learned how to collect waste in a way that it is possible to use it later on as a raw material. We have paid attention to certain waste streams, like making products from construction demolition waste. We know quite a lot about composts and also material recovery. Interestingly, as you develop your waste management system, the more machinery and equipment you purchase, the more you want to have waste. It conflicts with the idea that there should be less waste. And authorities, of course, encourage people to reduce waste production. So we are approaching to the moment where we are lacking waste. And the only place where we can obtain our waste is old landfills. So we are here in Kudapa landfill in Estonia to open the landfill, to extract valuables and close it in a way that it poses no harm for environment. In the beginning, we wanted to get only waste for energy. After first trials, we understood that the quality of waste is far too good to incinerate. So today we want to use this waste material for better purposes. For instance, to produce materials and to produce goods that are marketable easily worldwide. So with our landfill mining project, we have demonstrated very successfully that integrated waste management is possible. It means we divide waste fractions. We divide waste into fractions, and we try to find the best solution for each fraction, starting from material recovery back to energy recovery. For a small country like Estonia, I can say that the waste management has developed a lot, and we are pretty proud of that. Waste management in other countries, for instance in Brazil, they differ probably because the composition of waste is different. The very big challenge is that the country is very, very big and the volume of waste is very big. But this should be seen as a benefit, since it makes innovative waste management method makes it more worth or economically feasible to implement. For Estonia, we know that landfills are our source of energy and source for resources, but it's easy to excavate them and then there are no more. Big countries produce waste in big amounts, and it will give you a better perspective and better business for long run future. So I encourage you to see waste as a resource, and I wish you good luck in implementing innovative methods and exchanging good ideas with different countries.
I have worked with landfill mining since 1995, and we have worked with landfill mining in different parts of the world, in Southeast Asia, but also in Sweden. We have made tests for research and so on, but we have never made any full-scale excavation of this size that we see here in Estonia. Now we have had an interesting team, is master and doctors and postdocs from the different countries. So we have been here now for 10 days and persons from 7 countries and made this landfill mining excavation. What have we then done here? It's important to know how much of waste of different material that you can get out from a landfill, because a landfill is something that have been lost from the anthropogenic system and shall be returned back to the closed cycle in the society. And we are rather good on recycling of aluminium cans and so on, but the landfill is not just a dump today. It's, as I want to say, it's almost a bank where you have different fractions that you can recover. We have now recently also found that it's interesting with the metals. In earlier days we thought that you can't financiate a project with just excavation of the metals and so on, because only that doesn't give the money back, but it's a lot of other values of excavation of a landfill. You get land, and all the cities in the world are expanding, and suddenly you have the landfill in the middle of the city, and you don't want to have it there, and you want to have the land. So more and more cities are interested in excavating the landfills to get extra land for new industrial areas and perhaps hotels or recreation area, whatever. It's interesting. And but to go back to what I said about in Sweden, that they are starting to have more interest just because of metals. So, but landfill can also have many toxic substances and toxic material, and these need to be taken care of in a proper way. You can find asbestos, you can find barrels with different types of substances and so on. And even we have found here pharmaceuticals. It has not been studied so much so far how much pharmaceuticals you can find in a landfill, and how much it's leaking to the nature. It has even been beautiful here. We have had snowstorm and very cold weather and so on, but the waste is beautiful when you see the white background, and even the yellow leachate is beautiful in the eyes of waste management professor.
Tegelikult, kuidas meil üldse kogu see projekt alguse sai? Iseenesest tuleb prügila sulgeda. Loogiline, prügilasse enam ladestada ei või, määrus näeb ette, et aasta 16. juuli 2013 peab prügila olema suletud. Aga alguse sai, ma ütleks siis tänasest kummalisest seadusandlusest ja tegelikult eestlaslikust joonnist. Meil anti seadusandluse poolt on määratud ette, või ütleme Keskkonnaameti poolt määrati ette, et prügila tuleb katta 1,7 meetrise kattekihiga. Ehk siis millest siis pool meetrit oleks killustik ja 1–1,2 meetrit oleks läbisõelutud olmejäätmed või muld. Üritasime nagu rääkida, vahendada, põhjendada, et nii paksu kattekihti ei ole vanale prügilale, mis tegelikult gaasi ei eralda, ei ole mõtet panna, et see on looduslike ressursside raiskamine. Jäime tegelikult hüüdjateks häälteks kõrbes. Seadus on seadus, 1,5 meetrit on 1,5 meetrit tehtagu. Ja siis hakkasime mõtlema, et kus me seda mulda saaks. No, seadus on, tuleb täita. Ja kokkuvõttes leidsimegi, et me ei taha kaevata järve. Et Saaremaal on vett endalgi küll. Ainult variant kuskilt saada meie prügila katmiseks läheks vaja 45 000 kantmeetrit erinevat materjale, circa 10 000 siis killustikku ja ülejäänud siis läbisõelutud olmejäätmeid või mulda. Hakkasime mõtlema, et aga meil on ju olemas, et samad läbisõelutud olmejäätmeid ainsana nii suures koguses ongi Saaremaa enda prügilas. Ja siis tekkiski idee, et äkki prooviks, sorteeriks läbi. Algusest ta tundus meile endalegi liiga julge ideena, et tegelikult me teeme ju kilplase tööd. Võtame mäe, sorteerime selle läbi, paneme mäe sinna samma tagasi. Samas teistpidi mulla me saame kätte, siis tekkis juba idee, et aga tegelikult on ju plast. Plast põleb, järjest rohkem kasutatakse jäätmekütust. Teine, et äkki on variant, et saab ta nii puhtaks, et saab uuesti plasti taaskord ringlusesse võtta. Ja umbes nii ta arenema hakkas. Aga kus me siis oleme täna? Idee oli üllas. Tahtsime tegelikult ju välja võtta see 60% kilet, jääkski järgi 40% mullamägi. Täna me seda kilet realiseerida ei suuda veel, sest meil on kiire selle sulgemisega, seaduse poolt ette antud tähtaeg või seadusandlikult paika pandud tähtaeg, 16 juuli on kukil. Me sorteerime, teeme hästi palju katseid, teeme erinevaid pilootprojekte, et selles mõttes projekt selles osas oma eesmärki täidab, mulla saame ka kätte, et mägi suletud saab. Aga paralleelselt siis me oleme kaasanud üritusse veel ka maastikuarhitekti, ehk et tegelikult meil on välja kujundatud juba suusarajad mäe peale, et tuleb Kelgumägi, et ta tuleb igal juhul keskkonnaohutu prügile. Tänase sorteerimisega kõik, mis on seal ohtlik, võetakse ka välja, kusjuures ausalt öeldes midagi väga ohtlikku me ei ole muidugi ka leidnud. Ja kaetakse ta kõigi nõuete kohaselt, et Eestis ta saab olema esimene prügila, mis ikkagi võetakse uuesti kasutusse, kui teised prügilad on aedadega ümbritsetud, 30 aastat seal sisuliselt elutegevust ei toimu, et me üritame ta nii kinni rullida ja nii ohutuks teha, et järgmine aasta, ma arvaks, samal ajal saavad seal lapsed kelguga liugu lasta ja suured inimesed suusatamas käia. Mida me katsetada üritame, ongi, mulla me saame juba kätte, mullakatsed on tehtud, et see toimib, et selliselt sõeludesse mulda kätte. Toodame plasti täiesti kindlalt juba täna. Täiesti kindlalt me põletame mingi osa selle, täiesti kindlalt me teeme mingist osast jäätmekütust ja praegu me uurime erinevaid võimalusi, et tegelikult pürolüüsi meetodil saab sellest vanast kilest, mis iseenesest on ju nafta tegelikult, kilet tehakse naftast, üritame taaskord toota õli ehk pöörduda tagasi juurde.
Sometimes waste management is seen as kind of a negative image or a business for very poor people, but I encourage to see solid waste as a resource. And if you see waste all along the streets and you think that it's ugly, then we should always think who was the person who put waste in a wrong place and made it smell bad and look ugly. So we should handle waste with a little more respect as a resource.